Do you get overwhelmed and then all of a sudden you find yourself on your couch doom scrolling or binging Netflix? This video is for you. This process is common. I hear about it all the time. It's one of the things I get asked about the most. How do I deal with overwhelm? And so I'm going to share in this video what to do if this is you. First, I want to start with some context. With ADHD, if we see a long list of things to do, it's going to overwhelm our brains. It's too much. Most of us can look at about 3 or 5 tasks at a time without getting overwhelmed. Sometimes it's less than that. You might be able to do more. But the point is when you have a lot to do, if you only look at the whole list, you're probably not going to be able to do it. So instead, one of the things you need to do is find a way to break down your to-do list into groups of tasks to do. And one of the ways to do that, I do my top 3. Some days I'm better than other. I have a note card and like a little standy stand for it. And I'll write my top 3 tasks that are things that actually need to get done today. I'll write that on that list. And then I have everything else organized in my app. I use AccuFlow. I'll put a link. It's an affiliate link, just so you know, but I'll put a link for it so you get a discount when you sign up. But I use AccuFlow, and so I'll kind of organize it so I only see the tasks or see the tasks at the top that I need to focus on first. There's a way that I do that inside of that app. And you can do that on paper. You can do it any way you want. Before that app could do that, I also sometimes will use a piece of paper to actually write it out as well to separate out those other tasks that need to be done. But again, only looking at the next 3 then, or the next 5, whatever you can tolerate, and just keep going till you get done what you need to. The next group are tasks that would be really nice if you got done that day. Don't have to, but it would set yourself up much better. And then you can have those tasks that are like, ooh, that would be delightful if I got that done, can be another set. And so really separate it out so your brain doesn't get overwhelmed. Part 2 of this is stop eating the frog first. There is common neurotypical advice out there to eat the frog first, which PS, as someone who's mostly vegan, I hate this saying, but whatever. It's that you're supposed to do the yucky task, the hard task first to get it out of the way. Stop doing that with ADHD. It is completely ineffective and it's going to screw you up for the rest of your day. First of all, you might not even be able to start because you're dreading this task. Secondly, if you do get yourself to start, you'll just waste your energy because it took so much of your limited willpower just to get yourself to do it. So eat the ice cream first. Do the fun task first that's on that top 3 list. And then you can put in one of those things from the top 3 that's less fun. This happened to me recently. I got a letter from the IRS and I was like, overwhelm. And I could not even get myself to look at it. So this is kind of another step to all of this is I had to break it down into smaller pieces. Step 1 was opening the letter and reading it. That was just one day, figuring out what I needed to do, reading it, figuring out what I needed to do, and then putting it on my schedule to actually look into it more and do it for another day. Then I had a day where I looked at it, made sure I had everything I needed, broke down the 2 different pieces that they were asking for into 2 separate days, and then did those tasks 2 separate days. So this is the other thing is breaking down the tasks itself into smaller steps because otherwise our brains get overwhelmed. And you can bet I surely did not do any of that IRS stuff immediately. Those were after I did a task that lit up my brain, that was interesting, that was even fun for me to some degree, because then I felt lit up and had energy to put into this task that I had been dreading. And then it ended up being that much less painful. If this was helpful for you, I'd love for you to comment. And if you're not subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.